This is Calvin Castine. It's December 9th, 1999. We've got George Deno at the wheel, and we're ready to hit the road, George, if you're ready. Okay. And we're taking off from the town offices as we tour the town of Chazy at the end of the millennium. And we're going to have to put up with a lot of sun today. It's a bright, sunny day in December. It was a little cloudy this morning, and probably would have been even a better day for us with the clouds, and we wouldn't get the bright sun as we head in the southerly direction. We're going to be heading in the southerly direction quite often today because the main roads in Chazy go north and south, George.
That's right, mostly north and south.
George is the town supervisor. How many years town supervisor, George?
10 years.
And you succeeded Harold Joubert, did you?
That's right, yep.
And we appreciate George volunteering on short notice to take us on this tour. For those of you who haven't seen our other tours, the purpose of this is to videotape how the town looked at the end of the decade, the end of the century, and in this case, the end of the millennium. And we're going by on our left. We'll be coming back this way later on. We'll show the Chazy Orchard stuff on the way back. But looking out the right side of the window, the restaurant. Here's the Homestead restaurant, a little ice cream parlor, and some of the houses here across from what when I was a kid was the lime kiln area.
Yeah.
George, feel free to talk as much as you want here. Don't.
Okay.
I didn't just hire you to drive here.
Change the morning chauffeur.
I want to get my money's worth out of you.
This is a new place here.
Yeah, West
Auto Repair. That's just been up in the last couple of years. That side you get on the way back.
Yeah, we'll get that side on the way back. It's tough, particularly in an area that's got a little bit of housing in it to shoot back and forth. Actually, the people on the east side of the road will be better off for us today because we'll have the sun to our back when we come back, so we'll have a better view. We're going by some more of the trees from the Chazy Orchard. Let's get a little background on you, George, as we approach this. Is there a name for this curve up here by Sheldon Lane?
They're at Rousseau's Curve, I believe.
Rousseau's Curve,
Yeah,
okay.
I think that's what they called it.
Fountain
The
Farm.
microwave tower just been put up in town. It's the first one in town.
Oh yeah, I see a
Maybe
little
get a shot of that.
tower over there to the back.
Yeah, maybe.
Is that for radios?
Cell phones, yeah.
Cell phones,
It's,
I mean.
Frontier Cellular put it up.
Uh-huh.
That's the first one. I'm expecting in a few years to see a lot of them around.
More trees, obviously. Expanding Chazy Orchards. Now we're going by the Arthur Bayshard residence. Some of the
One thing will be
other homes.
picking up is really soon Drew's Poultry.
Yeah, we'll have Drew's Poultry coming up. Speak nice and loud if you would, George. 'Cause
Okay. That's one of the largest egg operations in the North Country. Run by the Drew family.
as far as I know, Roger started it, didn't he? The father?
Yes, Roger, and now the son working with him. It's pretty much been a family operation.
Craig and Willie, so they've really come along in just 2 generations.
I think Roger's father years ago had a small egg operation.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
Well, when I was young, there was quite a few egg farmers. There's Brews had one, Lords had eggs. There were a few around.
We used to have Dean's Poultry in West Chazy. That's closed down now.
And a lot of us had our own chickens on the farm too, George.
Yes, we all did. Went and picked our own eggs in the morning.
Here we're going by Giroux's. Did your chickens have lice? Our chickens had lice, and you had to swat them off after you picked the eggs. And of course, picking the eggs was always fun. Every once in a while you get a chicken that didn't want to...
She didn't want to leave her eggs. She wanted to sit on them. She didn't like to pick you.
Yeah, you want to have long sleeve shirt when you run into one of them. Yeah, that truck displaced some wind. Across from the Gregware farm right here at the moment. We're going to try to cover as many roads as we can. This tape will be about 2.5 hours long. We're hoping to get a good cross section of Chazy. Obviously, if we had the time, we'd probably not be driving into the sun like this here. Try to do it all with the sun to our back, but when you're operating on a budget like we're operating on, you gotta take what you can get. There's a little dust in my window. I tried to clean it off as much as possible, but particularly when we're heading south, the sun's going to be relentless as far as picking up anything that...
We're right now in the north direction.
Yeah.
For this time of the day.
Yeah, we're just going by the Baker Road. It goes from here over to the Rata Road. I don't know if we're going to find out if Tony Trombley has his tractor collection. It's kind of late in the year, so probably not. This is something, for those of you viewing at home, that we're doing in all 5 communities in the Hometown Cable Channel 24 viewing area. All 5 towns, plus the 2 villages of Champlain and Rouse's Point. And even though they're often referred to as villages, the hamlet of Chazy, the hamlet of West Chazy, they are not now and never have been villages.
Oh, that's right.
But even I noticed in that book that David Martin and Mrs. Sullivan put out many years ago, that they refer to it as villages, and it's a village is a legal entity. It's certainly not incorporated.
Okay, we're getting to Ingraham, which is the end of the town of Chazy, and
are we at the end already? If we go up to the
we
end?
can go. We'll be into Beekman Town, but we can come back.
Okay. This sign up ahead is where it ends.
Yeah.
Well, I would think that this little niche right here is considered by most people to be in Chazy, but it's not once we get right there, right?
We are now in the town of Beekman Town.
Okay, we won't tell people from Beekman Town that we snuck into their territory.
We'll save that for another day. But they're not in your viewing area.
Yeah, and George is going to make the swing here.
Yeah. We'll get on the Stratton Hill Road.
Now this is
the hamlet of Ingraham.
Now is this here Rata or Stratton Hill? This little section
This
we're
is
on
Stratton
right
Hill
now?
Road.
This is called Stratton Hill, even though it goes straight into the Rata Road.
When it turns, it goes to
right. It's one of those little oddities that
you can catch. This is where the town of Chazy.
There's where the town begins.
We're back in the town of Chazy.
Yeah, and we're not going to be going both sides. So Sangers is in Beekman Town then.
No, Sangers. We're in Chazy now.
Well, the sugar place, wasn't it?
No, that's Sanger Lane. That's a town road. That's the town divides the town. Sanger Lane.
Now is this the old brick house that we hear about in history?
It could be. It's
okay, here's Sanger's up ahead.
Yeah, we're coming on to Sanger's. That road was Sanger Lane. Right. It's used to be the Padnell Road, but for 911 we had to change it.
Yes, and a lot of those changed for the enhanced 911 system. Yeah. We're shooting both sides right now because we won't be coming back and forth on this particular stretch probably.
Years ago, this was just like a maple lane through the maple trees on both sides, but they had to cut them down after the ice storm.
And there's a cemetery on the west side.
And this is a Sanger home here.
Sanger's Sugar House, very famous to local people. No development here on the right-hand side, as you can see. So now we'll head to West Chazy.
Yeah, we're going to continue on the Stratton Hill Road to West Chazy.
Any idea who Stratton was?
No, I don't know where that originated.
Now,
We're at the intersection of the Rada and Stratton Hill Road here.
Beck's Farm here.
Girl Beck's place.
I used to do some riding here when I was a kid, horseback riding. We had a stable many years. Dairy farm just went out of business a couple of years ago. And this, obviously, their farm was impacted when the Northway went through.
Yes, it went right through it.
Right. Cut them off quite a bit here. They're lucky they had at least had an overpass to get to the other side. The Esker Road. That used to have a different name.
It used to be Ingraham Esker.
Ingraham Esker.
We had to take Ingraham out because old Route 9 in Ingraham,
They named that Ingraham.
they left it Ingraham Road, so we had to change this to Esker Road. We're going up the Stratton Hill Road. There isn't too much right here, but then we'll get into...
No, but that's what we want to show too, because
Yeah, this is all open field.
50 years from now, 100 years from now, who
Charlie
knows?
Ashley, part of Charlie Ashley's farm.
This is Ashley's farm, okay. Ashley, a distant relative of mine. You were brought up right in West Chazy, George?
I live in the house I was born in.
Oh, were you born there, or?
Yes,
You
I
were
live in
born
the house I was born in.
So you were born in that house.
I've never...
You weren't born in the hospital. You were born in the house.
I was born in the house I live in today. I never moved. Never came home.
You threw your parents out and took it over? Is that the idea?
No, they passed away quite a few years ago. We all lived there. It's a two-apartment house.
I see. I'm also living in a house that I wasn't born in it, but I grew up in.
Our house had also two apartments. But I got married, the people that rented it moved out and I moved in.
Okay, why don't we...
We're at the intersection now of the Ashley Road, Stratton Hill Road. Any way you want to go any different, or you want to...
We'll take the Ketchum Bridge Road.
Okay, we'll take that down here then.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We're at the
Okay.
Ashley Road here, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was ahead of myself here. On the Ashley.
This way here again, we just go half a mile, there's nothing, we're Beacon Town again.
Yeah, going to Beacon Town on the left,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, we'll go up to Ketchum Bridge. I wish the Ketchum Bridge was still there. That'd be...
Boy, that would be something, yes.
Yeah, that'd be nice to have on tape.
Yeah.
That was a humpback bridge.
That was one of the last ones in the area.
Yeah, the only two I ever remember seeing like that was the Smith-Weed Bridge in Plattsburgh and
Yes.
The Ketchum Bridge.
It was named after the Ketch family that lived there over the bridge. Is this speed all right? It's not just about right? Or
This is good.
This is good, yeah.
We're going...
You got to coach me. You're going about
going 50 miles an hour,
Yeah.
or 80 kilometers.
Yeah. Yeah, at first I didn't realize you had the... I said, geez, I can't be doing it.
Yeah,
this is a French car.
This is well, it's not French. It's Canadian.
Canadian.
It's English Canadian. Yeah, it came out of Canada. Got it through Garceau's Auto Sales. He's able to get some cars out of Canada with our exchange rate that we have right now. It's very favorable to get the used cars out of Canada.
We're getting out of the section of...
Now here's an intersection. I'm amazed there aren't more accidents, George, while we're here.
It isn't too bad though, but
you know, because here, let's just point this out here. Here you have a stop sign.
it's a three-way stop.
It's a three-way stop. So if you decide you want to turn left, you might be assuming that the guy on the other side in front of you is going to stop, but he isn't going to stop.
It's a good place to use your signals.
Yes.
And there's only one that, if you're going towards Chazy, the only one has the right of way.
Yeah.
So this is where 348, which as of the last few days has been named the Fisk Road now.
Oh, just brand new.
This is the end of the Stratton Hill Road.
This is it.
And this is the Ketchum Bridge Road. We're on now.
Okay. And here I'll shoot both sides because we won't be coming back on this road.
And all this property here is the Jack Reed Farm.
That barn has seen better days.
Yes, that's most of the buildings there are going down.
And here's where the old Ketchum Bridge used to be.
Yeah, we're getting to where.
And it was not a bridge you'd want to be coming at 60 miles an hour and suddenly come upon.
Was just a one-lane bridge.
And you'd go up at quite an angle. I'd say at least 30 degrees or more.
Yeah. And it wasn't directly, it was a little bit at an angle of the road. Because the railroad tracks at an angle. It wasn't straight across either.
Yeah.
So yeah, you had to
slow down.
You had to hit it right.
And if you didn't know it was there, it must have been quite a shock.
It was quite a surprise if you fell off. Some cars did fall off.
They fell off.
Yeah.
Wow.
It went through the wooden railing. And nobody ever got hurt that bad, but it was quite a drop down the railroad track.
I can imagine. Recent development here is a couple of houses going in here.
A couple new homes here.
Yeah. I've always felt that on our left here, I'll glance over there in a moment, that'd be a nice place to put a house up there in that little hill with those trees.
It's always been known as Woodchuck Hill.
Woodchuck Hill, that's
everybody around here has known it as Woodchuck Hill.
a nice place. I'd love to put up a little house on the top of there.
Now we're coming back on Route 22 and also the end of the town of Chazy.
Just up ahead
going
there.
south, just south of here.
There's a little sign up ahead there, right?
Yeah, it is Beekman Town.
Yeah, so we're going to not bother going any further.
No, this mill will go back,
And
going north now on 22.
Yeah, with the sun to our back, George, that'll be different.
Yes, very good.
And again, I'll shoot with the camera. We won't be coming back and forth on this stretch here, just a small stretch. But this the area where your farm is?
Yes, we're getting almost there. We're coming on to where I live.
This red farm here?
The red farm
You
here.
live across the road?
I live across the road.
Sort of zoom in there. Looks like you got your wood all ready for the winter, George.
Yeah, that's some for next year. Got our winter's wood already.
Deno and Son's Sugar House. You do a little sugaring too?
Yeah,
do you?
we do. We haven't done much since the since the ice storm, but we're getting back to it.
Okay, and there's this new restaurant here in the last 5-6 years or so, I'd say.
Been open 3 years.
3 years.
Boomer's Restaurant.
Luma's Restaurant. Is the food any good there?
Yeah, I eat there every day.
Every day.
You want to take this road, or you want to go right?
Yeah, let's go to the left here.
Okay.
We'll go down here.
We're taking the Atwood Road.
Atwood Road here. Yeah, right by Guma's Restaurant. Owned by who?
George and Carolyn Deno.
George and Carolyn
people
Deno.
that live around West Chazy.
But does Carolyn do more work in there than George does?
I try to make sure she does.
How's your son still involved?
Yes, he's son is a manager. This is one of the older homesteads in the town. Stephen Atwood lived here. It's the present home of Jim Cecil, the highway superintendent.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the older first settlers in West Chazy.
Not Jim Cecil, but the Atwood.
But the Atwood, and his wife is descended of the Atwood family.
Oh, that's interesting.
So that's been in the Atwood name for maybe 150 years or more.
We got a sharp turn here.
Yeah. This is the Atwood Road, named after the Atwood family.
Who's your mail carrier?
That one is not mine.
Not yours?
I don't know who he is. He has the South Run, just done late. I have a different one on 22.
Oh. So
This is all mostly new developments in the last 15, 20 years.
Yeah,
It was all farmland at one time.
If we were going by here 25 to 50 years ago, it'd be a much different picture, and that's of course the reason why we're doing this.
With all the Morse Barber farms, both sides of the road.
Go turn that heat down a little bit.
Yeah, if we go that way, we just got one place and we're back in Beekman. You want to go?
You might as well go to our right then.
Go to our right, yeah.
And we're at the O'Neill Road, is it?
Intersection with the end of the Atwood Road, and this is the O'Neill Road.
A couple of nice working horses. Whose working horses are those?
They would belong to John Deno.
Relation?
Yeah, the cousin's son. This is their maple operation here. Wayne Deno and his boys.
That's Wayne. Okay, Wayne. Is he still on the town board?
Wayne is a council member.
And you UPS truck. Shoot in this UPS truck here.
Now this
That's part
is
of
Charlie's Tops. They make countertops.
Oh, countertops, all right. Nice stone wall on this side. This
This is, he just took everything all down, the old walls, and rebuilt the beautiful walls. What a project.
Now you imagine.
Again, this area, but you know, it's been built up within the last 15 years or so. There was just nothing down through here.
Deer Ridge. We just went by Jagger before.
Jagger Fort and Deer Ridge over there. Homes in the back there. Back to West Church Street, west Chazy. Now again here, we can go back into West Chazy or take some of these back roads and end up in West Chazy. We're hitting Altona up a little ways here.
Yeah, we won't bother with going that way too much. We're going to miss some places, and we apologize to all those people, but don't we go back to Route 22 and take care of Route 22, then if we want to come back down here, we can.
And we can maybe take this block and come back out on 22 after.
After the store in the corner.
We've got to go back a little bit on 22 and get the new post office.
Yeah, we got to go back up to. Yeah. We got to look at Guma's again.
Well, we'll turn around there. Well, this is West Church Street. We're coming back in the hamlet of West Chazy.
Now this farm to our left we just passed.
It's a Gene Tank Road.
Yeah, they got nice horses too.
Yes, they've got 3, I think. They have a young one there too. On our right, we're coming to the Wesleyan Methodist Campground. Very popular place in the summertime.
Active.
Very active. Yeah, we can't do the church in this one, I guess.
Yeah, I can swing over.
Right across the road is St. Joseph's Catholic Church.
I'll find you there every Sunday, probably.
Yeah. Saturday or Sunday.
Who lives in that? So Dr. Middleton used to live here on the left.
I don't know. It's a professor from the college now that lives in that house. Yeah.
It's a nice house.
Yeah.
Nice big home. A lot of nice big brick buildings in West Chazy.
This is Sugar Creek is a new addition in here the last 4 or 5 years. You want to take 22?
Yeah, we'll take 22.
Okay. We'll turn going back south on 22.
Yeah, they'll see that with the sun. And the post office was in that corner right on our left.
Yeah, so we will come back. We can pick up the sun.
Yeah.
This used to be the first school in West Chazy, big school, but it burnt and it was torn down to.
Where the video stores?
Yeah, it was a 2-story building. That was first big schoolhouse in West Chazy.
Going by Rigsby's auction. How often do they have? They still have auctions on a regular basis? Or
They do have some.
But not.
They used to be almost weekly, not as much now.
Another nice big brick building here.
Yeah. We'll turn around here.
We'll turn around.
At the,
just coincidentally by Guma's. I'll have to send Carolyn a bill here for
getting.
Or she'll have to give you an extra big piece of pie next time. Or the other.
Well, we hit her after we got done with it. Get the pie. Or we shut it off and go and have the pie.
Yeah. We should have planned on this being our last of our route.
We should have ended, yeah. So we're going back north on 22, and this will be our new post office. It just opened up. It opened up, I think, in the spring this year, '99.
I think it's nice when the post office is where people can find it.
Yeah.
And you know, being right here on Route
This
22.
is our fire station for West Chazy.
And a
West
nice
Chazy
athletic
Fire.
field there too.
And the field behind it is there's a town park also down and back there.
West Chazy Rec Park.
Yep.
And Chazy is, like Moores, is very good about having a large number of places for recreation.
Okay, I got an idea. We're down by the railroad station. We got to get the caboose and everything.
Okay.
And then we'll have this in a Chazy cover.
Okay, this is where the post office was for
The
many
old-
years.
The old post was there for many years.
And
Yeah.
of course, we'll come back this way, so we'll look at that store that used to be on the corner there. We'll mention that store.
I'll take the side street and we'll get the school and everything.
Okay.
We'll get the caboose down there too, the old railroad station. I'm proud of that.
I'm in your hands. What's this building here with that nice...
This used to be the L.G. Robinson Company that's been out of business for years.
What did they do?
They sold building materials and all that for many years. Now we're going to take Academy Street, which is right near the railroad, and show you the old railroad station. It's been all redone over.
The caboose.
And they also have the caboose here, which
Crystal.
is a little crystal caboose. Is a little souvenir store.
Oh,
And this is the railroad station. It's been preserved and all redone over.
That's nice. Look at that one in Moores falling apart. It just breaks my heart.
It's
Ross
very
Point, too.
unusual to see them like that, and they're a landmark.
Definitely. And you know,
They're
Ross's
landmarks.
Point, they're trying to do something to
Yeah.
be able to preserve theirs. The one in Moores is falling
Well,
apart.
there was a nice big one in Chazy, and that's just,
Yeah,
you know, it's going.
that's right. They're very unique buildings.
Yeah.
It's part of our history. I mean,
Yeah, this was
That's
the
what
original station there was built in 1850. This is the second one. The original one is still sitting back there. It was moved.
but the railroad is what built this area. Without the railroad,
Yeah, and this is
we wouldn't be here.
first school to have in West Chazy that was more modern. Now it belongs to Beavertown Central. It has been added on now, and there's kindergarten to 5th grade here for the children in this section of the Beavertown Central School. And this is the Wesleyan Church
Wesleyan Church right here.
in
Okay. I think Bob
West Chazy.
wasn't with him. I think there's that Robinson place we mentioned.
Quite a few buildings have been taken down. There was a lot of buildings here.
Any idea how many
This is
students?
library, Dodge Library. It's been here for many years.
Okay.
1906 is right on there.
I wonder if that's any the Rouse's Point Library. is
There's
also
all
Dodge.
it was all
Same family.
yes, from the same Dodge family. And this the old Green and Deno store.
Green and Deno.
Down in Williver's years back.
Village Video Movie Rentals. Good Stuff Children's Store. Anybody in there right now?
Not now.
Nobody's in there. Right?
This was the first fire station in West Chazy. Now just a carpenter shop. And we're getting to the town hall. It used to be a Grange Hall, and it collapsed, and the town took it over. Do you want to take Cemetery Street, show the cemetery?
Sure, why not?
Okay. This is Cemetery Street, dead end. It ends up in the cemetery. It's St. Joseph's Catholic Church Cemetery. And here
So
is a home that just burnt, and they're
Oh,
hauled it away and starting to rebuild.
so that cemetery on West Church Street or wherever it is there, that's not Catholic cemetery?
No. It's like the West Chazy Rural Cemetery.
Okay.
This is the only Catholic one here. I guess we're going to turn around. They've got the gates closed, but
Crossing the railroad.
crossing the railroad.
No lights here.
This is a bad crossing. There's no lights. We hope to someday be able to put lights up here.
I would think
Get
so.
lights put up here because it's bad in case of funerals.
Oh yeah, people coming to the
People
cemetery.
just follow each other, and
Yeah.
so we're going to turn around here.
All right. Turn around. Yeah,
It's, the cemetery is well kept up here.
it looks like there's a lot of room for expansion.
The rest of it is pretty well filled up. There's room here in the front part.
There's no Catholic church in Beekmantown, so you can
No,
Beekmantown
Beekmantown
people
is part of West Chazy. West Chazy, the Catholic Church goes way down into Point of Rush, Lake Shore Road in Chazy. Takes in Ingraham. It's a very large parish.
Pastor right now is from Ellenburg originally. Father Damaris. And of course, your family active in the church. Your brother Lawrence is a Monsignor, right?
Yeah, my other brother's Monsignor. He's in Hammond, St. Peter's Parish in Hammond right now. This is when I was a kid with a funeral home. Charlton Funeral Home. This used to be years ago was a West Chazy Creamery, and now then it was turned into a garage.
Okay.
It's now become a vacant. Dan Moore was run there for quite a few years. Now it's vacant.
Let's get that on the way back. We'll come back. There's quite a few houses here. We want to get both.
Okay, let's get. You want to get Lover's Lane?
Oh, let's go. George and I are going down Lover's
Lane.
The camera will keep running. So
it's for some reason the town has a hard time to keep the signs. We have to replace them very often. They're a collector's item, I believe.
Especially when the college kids hear about it.
Yeah.
That's
a little side street of West Chazy.
Is it a dead end or?
No, this will come right out back on Church Street, right by the St. Joseph's Church.
Oh, okay. But we couldn't resist going down Lover's Lane.
Now this is another shot of St. Joseph's Church. That's the parish hall and also the end of Lover's Lane, coming back down on West Church Street.
The church at the end of Lover's Lane. I don't know. It doesn't quite fit in together, do they? Where'd the bell come from?
It used to be on a church. It was taken down. There's a good view of the camp there. It was taken down because it was bothering the back wall of the church.
All right, we've been down this route before, so I'm going to shut the camera. We're off Lover's Lane now, so I'm going to shut the camera off briefly. All right, we're picking up again. We've gone by Lover's Lane. We're on our way north again on Route 22. Going by the Brant Row Lane.
Now this is Herb Fountain Farm. We're coming on to here. It's all his homes and stuff he has here.
Moonlight Dairy.
Up and then head up through to the side.
Okay.
Well, here's another thing. You want to take this road, come out on Clark Street, then head back? We'll cover all this.
Okay.
We're now getting on Slauson Road.
Yeah. Part of the Slauson Road. Now that was cut off at the other end. Now is the other end? What's the other end called?
Trombley Lane. Yeah.
Trombley Lane. Okay. The Northway cut it off and remained Slauson Road, but again with the enhanced 911, they didn't want out-of-town firefighters running into dead ends, thinking they're on the correct road and finding out they were miles away. So they changed all that. Again, we're going to be shooting just one direction here with the camera.
There isn't that much on here. There's more to pick up on Clark Street.
Yeah, but again, this shows what's not here too. Years from now, there will be something here that isn't here now. So. The railroad tracks, the ubiquitous railroad tracks. If you're going east-west, you're not going to miss the railroad tracks in Chazy.
No, a lot of railroad crossings.
This one has the light, so we're betting that the lights are operating.
Most of our crossings, except for the one on Cemetery Road, I think. All those crossings in the town have lights now.
Yeah, but
that doesn't even have a warning sign.
Yeah, that's the people are going to the cemetery. Their mind isn't on the.
Well, especially if it's a funeral, the hearse goes through and everybody follows you. Don't think to look
automatically. Yeah.
Very lucky, nothing farm on both sides of the road down here.
We have a stop sign. This is
We're getting to the intersection of 348,
yeah,
which is now recently been changed to Fisk Road.
Fisk Road. We're gonna go straight. Want to get all the Slauson now? Or you want to?
We can continue on Slauson if you want to, and take all those other things, get back, so we'll continue.
We can just come back here to.
We should.
Using your judgment, George. So
Okay.
whatever you feel.
I don't want to do backtracking, but there's things we got to pick up around here.
Okay.
So we might as well clean up this section this side of Northwood.
Okay. Anybody we skip, it'll be George Deno's fault.
And it's because Calvin didn't have enough tape.
Gas tank was full when we started. The gas is at a premium right now.
So here we're coming to the intersection with Ashley Road. This is the Town of Chazy River. I'm going to bring you down here and come back.
Yeah, we'll go as far as George Slauson, might as well. Road, one of those that was kind of cut off here, especially where George Slauson is when that Northway came through.
Going over the Chazy River again. Crisscrosses down the road here quite a bit, all over the place. Back and forth.
Ahead, the traffic you see up ahead, that's the Northway, heading south. That's east. Traffic is heading south. Slauson home. Probably has family has something to do with the Slauson Road, huh?
Yes, and they had the original Chazy telephone company. That's where you came here to pay your telephone bill.
Oh, you come here to...
Yes, what is now known as Chazy Westport Telephone. The first telephone company around here was operated out of that home right there.
Now a lawn and garden center. Lawn and garden equipment. Okay, we're going by the Esker Road, the other end of it.
That's the Esker Road.
Farmers here and out in the
I
fields.
think I'll go and take you the other lane you're jumping. We'll tell what color your car is.
I don't know if you can get a ticket retroactive here if the police are watching this.
We're doing it for the safety of the car.
Alright, now we're going to turn.
We're going to turn left.
Turn left.
Go on the Ashley Road.
Alright.
And we'll pick it back up to well. This is the case where we're almost going to come back on this one because we covered the other end.
Okay. I'll shoot out.
Going south again.
Shoot out the right hand side of the road because we're coming back up this road, he said, right? Pay no attention to that open burning going on.
That's stuff that's been pulled out of the river since the ice storm, and they're along the river and they're cleaning it up.
A lot of debris. sun is making it tough on us here, so bear with us. George is going as fast as he can.
Yeah. It's pretty much all farmland down through here until we get a little farther south, and it's
this little farm right here got has the river going right between the house and the barn, and they got it bad during the flood of '96.
yeah, they couldn't cross the river. They couldn't get across there. The milk truck got across, and they couldn't get back. After a while, they had to pull it through the fields to get it back on the road.
Pleasant Valley Road on our left.
Yeah.
Is there a valley there? Or is that just
No, it's just I guess maybe just straight across the field. I don't know how
nice
it got
old
its name.
stone home.
There's nothing on it.
And it was homestead that was, that old stone home? Didn't know there was going to be a quiz today.
Yeah,
did you?
it's.
We would have brought Marie Gannett.
If I had time, I could answer that one, but I don't think that I remember the old name.
Well, if it pops in your head later on,
We'll mention it.
throw it out there. We had that yesterday with Gerald Mayo and John Southwick going through Champlain. Every once in a while, something would pop in their head half an hour later, and we'd throw it out there. And we'd have answer our questions a little bit later.
You were better historians than you are with today.
Alright,
we're getting back to the Stratton Hill Road, and we're going to turn around and
head back.
go north on the Ashley Road.
So, all you people up that end of the Stratton Hill, the Ashley Road, there's nothing personal, but we're on a time limit here.
You can see the end of the town.
Yeah, it's not too far away.
Yeah. The end of the town.
Now, do a lot of people, because you're in the Beekmantown School District up here, and you share a church, you share mail delivery?
Yeah.
A lot of people associate more with Beekmantown than Chazy?
No. A lot of Beekmantown people are more or less associated with West Chazy because their address is West Chazy.
Yeah.
Beekmantown town offices are all West Chazy address.
They have no. Yeah. They have no. Beekmantown has
no post office.
No post office. No telephone exchange.
No.
It's either Plattsburgh or West Chazy. Their mail is either Plattsburgh or West Chazy.
The town of Chazy is quite unique. It has 2 telephone exchange, 2 post office, 2 different zip codes.
Ellenburg got you beat. They got 3 or 4. I think Merrill's still got theirs too. Yeah.
This is a Charles Ashley farm, one of the bigger farms in the town.
With the furrows on that plow. I don't think old Betsy could pull that one.
No, they got a younger, bigger Betsy that pulls it now.
The old gray mare, hitch onto that, she wouldn't budge too far.
No. They got a green horse, I guess, on that one.
A deer.
Yeah, they got a deer.
Now, one of the requirements here, I didn't tell you about this, George, is that when people do this program with me in the tours, they got to tell the people what year they were born.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You're not going to tell me how old you are. Just got to tell me what year you were born, so people watching this in the future will know.
Well, we'll know that, yeah.
I
don't remember if I brought my card with me or not.
You remember you were born in your house?
I was born in my house, and they told me, it was 1935.
1935.
That's what I'm going by what I was told.
Well, at this point, you're the youngest one we've had with us. But tomorrow you're going to be beat when I go out with Ken Perrier. He's only 50, I think. All right, now we're going to go straight.
We're going to continue on the Ashley Road and come out on the...
Okay, so we won't be coming back this way. So
no, we won't be coming back this way here.
I'll shoot both sides.
Yeah, we're not going to come back.
Yeah. I assume the Ashley Road was named for Charlie Ashley's family?
I guess that they've been on this road for a good many years, the family. I think that's where it came from.
Another brick house. There's a lot of brick houses in West Chazy area.
Yeah, quite a few. They were most of them, I think, were maybe put up in the 1880s, or 1850 in that area. The 18, between that 1850 to 1880.
Are there bricks made in the area? Any idea?
I don't know.
I think
There was places they made bricks. I don't know if there are all different types of bricks. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure I've heard that in Champlain there were bricks made out of that big gully as you go by Parker Chevrolet there.
Yeah. So they must have been somewhere around.
Yeah.
To see here's another.
Have so many bricks. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to
There's
go
a
back.
car coming here on our right.
We're going to go back north
Actually, a truck. But
or south, I guess.
yeah.
Now this brick house here is another old house. It's a home of Richard Lewis. He's a present town assessor.
This place is assessed at $800 right now.
Yeah, he's building a new porch, and that's in the Lewis family for many years.
Does he know his assessment's going to go up when he?
Well, we hope so. We'll sure
We're going
remind
to check
him.
that. Huh?
We'll remind him. That's for sure.
No, we won't be coming back this way, or will we?
No, we
will.
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
no.
so we won't come back.
So we're going to take Clark Street.
We're going to take Clark Street. Okay.
We're getting in the section with the Ridge Road. Ridge Road runs right to Champlain.
It runs right by
This
my
is the
house.
end of the Ridge Road here.
Or the beginning. Depends
The
on-
beginning, yeah.
depends on- I think this is the beginning because this is where the counting starts.
Yep. Yeah, I think that we can, from here, then we can get to Scioto area and work ourselves back towards Miners.
Okay.
But then we got,
Well, we got to get back and come back down Route 9, so maybe we ought to,
or you want to pull them out right the other side of Route 9 also?
yeah, come back on Route 9. So maybe we ought to head back to West Chazy.
We can do that too. We'll only do this one too.
Another crossing the railroad track here. Another brick house.
They're all about the same style and the same size.
Yeah.
This is Harold Jeanette Farm, been a family here for what, 2 years.
And a brick house.
And a brick house here. And we're coming on to another brick house.
I realize Marie Gunnette's going to be very jealous that I took you around today instead of her. But she's been on so much in the last year.
But we could have had her driving. I could have rode in the back seat with her.
Well, I don't know if I don't know if I'd want to be sitting up here in the front seat if she was driving.
This street was, there's still a lot of Jeanette family on this street, and they own part of it. And one time it was most of the street was owned by the Jeanette family, and there was Jeanette living on it.
Any
It
idea
still is somewhat.
why it's called a street instead of a road? Street?
Clark Street, I don't know. Now we're getting back to Route 22. Heading back to West Chazy.
Alright, well, okay, maybe we ought to just swing by Parker's Maple Syrup.
Okay, we will. That's in the town of Altona, though.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
we won't do that then. I'll remind Ken to do that tomorrow.
We can cover this block if you want to. Parker Street and that, but
traffic here. There is traffic here in 1999.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, this little road to the
A little sugar bush drive.
Road,
Yeah, just a little part of old Route 22.
past. All those little things were called Old Route 22.
Yeah,
but
now we
there are
have
too
to
many
change
of them.
it. Do you want to go right into West Chazy back down 9 now, or?
That's up to you.
Okay.
You're the tour guide. So.
This, so, we go up to Parker Street, then you're in Altoona.
Okay.
The only thing we could have taken Parker Road back into West Chazy, or Church Street, I guess, but
But we didn't get this end of Route 22.
you could get this at a 22 here now. Wayne Lapeer Farm, and then Clarkland Body Shop. Back to Lover's Lane after fuel light random.
Yep.
So the rest of it we picked up this evening.
Over by that former creamery there. It was Moore's Garage.
There's the remains of the ice storm, the dam in West Chazy.
The dam is damaged.
It's gonna get rebuilt now.
David Martin home.
So we're
Stone home.
going back down the Fisk Road and to the Trenton Hills. This is we're picking up this here.
Alright, we're picking up again as we go by the railroad tracks and Brothers Feed Service. Marshall Brothers, right?
Timmy Brothers now.
Yeah. Was it Marshall before?
Yeah, it was Marshall. Before that, years ago, Beacon Pete, Stuart Driver was there many years. It goes back to the days of the Mountain Cold over West Chazy.
Now I'm going to this intersection that I've never liked here because... What? Any idea why there's no stop sign this way?
Well, the 348 is the main road. It happens to be you got two side roads coming in on a curve. There used to be no stops on 348 at all. It was coming the other way. See, it's an unusual thing. It's not a square intersection.
Yeah.
It's a curve with two roads joining one road. It makes it dangerous.
Yes.
The only way is to come to a square intersection.
Yeah, I think I'd feel better if there was a fourth stop sign there, but yeah, then you're dealing with the state, right?
That's county now.
County?
That road is county.
There are a couple more intersections like that in Chazy up just outside the hamlet of Chazy, heading toward the lake. There's a couple of those turns that you better hope the other guy knows what road he's on. He's supposed to stop or not stop. Now, county historian Addie Shields says you can see a long ways here coming down Stratton Hill Road toward Isle Mott, right?
Yeah, I guess right across, that would be Vermont there. We're actually, we go straight, we're very close to the lake now. Those mountains would be Vermont.
Yeah. There's another brick home here. go up and down these roads, quickly time goes by and you haven't traveled that many miles.
There's over 100 miles in the town of Chazy. That's not counting the interstate.
Yeah.
If you try to do them both ways, you
Yeah, you'd be
include
doing
everything.
200 miles. And,
Yeah.
this would be very practical.
We're going back. Well, we continue on strike. Like the Ingraham. Well, I'm assuming 22 and Route 9 going through is 7-8 miles apiece. That gives you just over 100 miles. County roads and stuff.
Yeah. One of the things I should have done when I started doing this was probably check the odometer when we started and just keep track of how many miles we do in a particular route. I'm sure the guys who drive the snowplows are very familiar with these
Well,
distances.
we had three plows normally, and their routes are about
Might as well take a left here.
yeah, we'll take a left right here. Their routes are 30 miles or a little bit more each, and we don't do the state roads.
And the count. Oh, you do.
We do county,
all the county.
all the county and roads in town, but we don't do 9 or 22. So there's better than 100 miles.
Yeah. Now this building here is the Brick Tavern right here.
That one right across
The road over there.
Yeah,
on the other
that's the old
side.
Brick Tavern.
Okay. That's mentioned
We
predominantly.
can, if you want to pick up, we'll go right down this one and pick up Route 9 here.
Yeah.
This is what the old Route 9 was.
Yeah. Very dangerous curve up here.
And now they call it Ingraham Road. It's only a few houses on here.
More than one life was lost on this curve up here. Back before they straightened out Route 9. Looks like Tony does have a few tractors out there.
He generally has a whole field.
Yeah, but I'm sure he tries to.
They're maybe putting them away.
Yeah, I'm sure he tries to put them away. Tony and Marcia, the Trombley family, they have 60 or so John Deere tractors. And he doesn't like it known, but every once in a while he will part with one. Look out, there's one coming that way.
Well, that one's going to stop here.
Yeah, I'm going to stop.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we found out that my father's first tractor, 1948 John Deere, was owned by Tony and Marcia. And they very graciously agreed to sell it back to us. So we now own my father owns his first tractor that he owned.
Got it back.
Yeah, 50 years ago.
Not a question.
Dumb Road. Well, they've done some landscaping here at the Green Thumb, I see.
Yeah, that's what they're into, I guess.
Yeah, so
Landscape.
they landscape their own. That makes sense.
There's the Grigware farm down off Grigware Lane here.
Yeah, Mrs. Gregoire just
That's the
left
way.
us within the last month. Queenie. It was a West, another prominent name.
You get a pretty good view of all the open land here, right to the lake
All
shore.
the way to the lake, yeah.
There's the lake that we moved to, it's very close by.
So by the former county sheriff, Russell Trombley's home. Trombley, a name that goes back a long ways in the history of Chazy. Russell right there?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. He's got a glimpse of the former sheriff.
Put up a lot of those new style buildings there for the cattle.
So they were hit hard with the ice storm.
Yes, they had a lot of damaged cattle.
It's the old Fisher resident. This
Yep.
Randy Lemire told me he just purchased that. He's fixing it up. Anybody looking for a home right now? Get a hold of Randy.
Another brick house.
Yeah.
Right.
Now that I pointed out, you'll probably be counting brick houses
Yes,
next time
yeah,
you're out on the road.
It's a Capital Trading Company here. Samples.
You got quite a collection of. I don't know if he's using all those old machines for parts or what he's doing with it.
Tractor trailers and all things.
Yeah. Got a fortune in scrap metal. Now these homes here, I always associated with the lime kiln when I was a kid.
I think they maybe were. You know, it was always right around there. And now we're back to Chazy Orchards.
The Green family. What other color would they paint their buildings other than green, right?
Yeah, that's appropriate, I guess. There's a Dupree Farm, that's an old homestead there. Main Street Market and Chazy Post Office. And then we got Chazy Hardware. Well, this New Miner Museum.
Coming up.
Just coming up right now.
You go by that brick house, there it is. And school. Where we began our tour here.
Yep. So you want to cover this way?
Well, we did go on, we're on Route 9. Let's do Route 9. We'll go as far as Miners Woods and turn around.
We'll finish that, and then we'll.
Yeah, then we can.
We either got to go west or east.
Well, we got to go both. But
Yeah. This used to be Woodshill's Pharmacy.
Woodshill's Pharmacy.
And Chazy Fire Department.
Yeah. Rumor has it there'll be doctor's offices going into.
We hope so. Yeah, we hope so.
The old Chazy Market.
Yeah, and the Weathercock still open.
Another brick house. The old station road doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, see, that's the old station there. It's kind of abandoned. They just went to the station, that's it.
Anybody doing anything with it?
No, I think the guy there, he owns it. He just used it for storage. This is winter bottom feed here.
Common thing years ago to see the feed store right by the railroad tracks, as we saw in West Chazy too.
Yeah. This is home of the state police here.
Heard they might be moving at this point.
If they can find a spot. And this is, well, it's farm credit in couple other offices in there now.
Yeah, Tatro, Randy Tatro, and his wife Carolyn.
Yeah.
Louis Poirier, Louis sold his home, man.
Yeah. So there's a nice big house.
North house. That was part of the North Farm, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that used to be the North House.
Maybe, I'm not sure on that.
Yeah, he knows. Talked to Jay Fennell, who used to live there. Jay Fennell was the president of Clinton Community College till about a year ago. He said it was the north.
So we're getting to the north end of the town, close to the town of Champlain.
Yeah,
We'll
close. We're getting close to civilization here.
Saratown Road. We'll turn around. Saratown is in the town of Chazy.
Yeah, let me just take a short road.
You want to take it?
Yeah, we'll take it.
There's some nice places down the other end.
Yeah, I know. That's the main reason. It's really built up in the last several years. If we took a trip down this road 20
It would have
years
been all
ago,
like this.
Yeah,
It's about all like this.
So who knows what it's going to look like?
I know we had to redo Boulder Lane. We've even paved it now because of the development down there. We did a lot of work on it to get up to pave.
Booter Lane is partially in Champlain.
It's mostly Champlain. Well, you know the line is because our end is paved. We did it a couple years ago because now they're building, I think, in Champlain. This is the backside of the Rovers, North Farm or Rovers.
Probably won't be too many houses built here on this side because
No, not.
Dutch
Again,
cherishes his farmland.
we're at almost at the railroad crossing, which is a dead end, and then this is Booter Lane, and this is all new developments here in the town. This is Pat Spiegel's place.
Stop. Yeah,
Spiegel's
that's
place,
nice.
beautiful place.
Beautiful. Got a soccer net and everything here. He's ready for it.
Yeah, he's ready.
They play soccer in Chazy, do they?
Well, they have 2 times.
You're going to take me right up to the end of the line here, just so I can embarrass my brother Sam here.
So tell Sam just continue our good work. So this is a town line right over here. We got to turn around here, but this is a town line you can see, and I believe, I don't know if this house is in Champlain or not, but I think it's in ours.
Oh, you paved that far, so maybe.
Yeah, I think the town line sign is over there. Oh, but I don't want to.
Don't wreck my car here.
No, because you'll have to go back to Canada.
That's the Lapierres, Terry Lapierre.
Yeah.
Terry and Crystal Lapierre. There we go. If anybody's looking for Terry and Crystal Lapierre, we found them.
Yeah.
We're at the
So
end of
these
Booter
are all,
Lane.
you can tell this end is getting developed.
Yeah.
But you're going to have Booter Lane is going to continue the same way right through that you're going to see people building up.
Fountain. Fountain. Next thing they'll have to do is run cable back here, George. Next thing they'll have to do is run cable back here.
I don't know if there's cable here now or not.
I
I think
doubt
there
it.
is. Yeah, there's a cable. I believe that's cable.
You might be right. You might be right, yeah. I don't think the cable wire up there.
Yeah. I think one of them is a cable, but I'm not sure. They've been on. It looked like a cable wire there, but
Yeah.
that's telephone right there.
Yeah. No, it doesn't anymore. It
No.
don't look like cable anymore. Maybe not.
No, I think that's.
Because it's quite a stretch before you get to where their house is.
I think that's all.
Yeah, because you've got.
There's a lot of telephone cable coming down through here.
Yeah.
That's not the other one is the cable is used as shiny.
Yeah, it's not. No cable.
So they
here.
can't get the tape.
No, they ain't gonna. They'll have to buy a tape if they want to see it. Yeah. Of course, on our right, I don't know about on our left here at this point, but on our right is miners. And left, is that Rovers or?
I think this is the baby Rovers that's here. I don't believe this is miners there.
And of course, years ago, we're okay on this side.
All right.
Yeah. Years ago when you went through here, there was a fence that was, I'd say what, 15, 20 feet high?
So the deers wouldn't jump out.
All this was fenced through here. High fence.
There's no miner sign on this side. That's
No,
what you
I
gotta
don't
do.
think there's any miners here. This place here for years was just an old log cabin that looked like nothing. Then
Somebody
Airfield fixed
made
it,
something
bought
out of it.
and made a nice home out of it. Again, we're in that southerly direction here, and even though my window looks clear to the naked eye, when the sunlight hits it, you can pick up every streak in it. We're approaching the Petals for Pennies. Originally Boyer's Florist Shop, Clark's Flower Shop for a while, then Petals for Pennies. George is going kind of fast, so it looks like we're going to the lakeshore first. Okay.
Okay, didn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. People in Scioto just have to wait a little bit longer.
I was going to complete 9 anyway.
Okay.
So we're coming up to Raleigh Ford, big Ford dealer.
I always ducked when I was a kid going through this underpass, by the way.
Now you grew shorter, you don't have that. This is a
Raleigh Ford.
big dealer here in the town.
Yeah, sorry about the sunlight here, folks. Raleigh Ford, all the Roberts family.
Well, let's take and show you the cattle there.
Okay, we're going to a place that
Bank Street.
George and I have certainly both been at one time or another.
They have auctions here every Tuesday. It's a cattle sale bar.
Is it still Nevertts that operated?
No, McCracken.
McCracken?
Out of Vermont. This driveway's a little rough here, but
Yeah,
it'll take you up a little bit.
Used to cattle trucks backing in here.
Bill Niles house there. This is our local bank, branch of the Evergreen Bank.
Well, George keeps all of his money right here.
The town keeps all their money in here. I don't have.
They ain't
I
big
don't
enough.
have any.
They ain't big enough to
No, I
handle the
don't.
Deno money.
I don't have any. One of our local shoe stores.
Okay, we're back on Route 9. Another brick home.
You want to go along the river?
I don't care.
Yeah. So it's only one side shooting anyway.
Alright. River on our left.
River Street.
Street I don't go down very often there.
My God, that sun gets us all the time.
Yeah?
And this is the side you gotta, most of this stuff.
Yeah, that's alright.
UPS truck. Somebody get the Christmas package.
This one by the Wilson house, so this must be
Dorothy
Dennis the
Wilson.
Menace. Dennis the Menace must live next door here.
That was
Next to Mr. Wilson. Oh, it's
Dorothy
long.
Wilson. She was my school teacher in West Chazy when I was in 5th grade.
It's quite a few years ago.
Yes.
Well,
This is
It's gonna
this
back
is
right
the
over
end of the street.
Yeah.
A UPS driver machine. Right?
Wow, very good. Yeah, nice and loud. They're safe
Yeah,
driving.
this is the end of the end of the road.
And where's the plow turn around there?
I don't come with the plow, so I don't know. I think they just shoot in there somewhere, but I guess we're gonna have to turn around in his yard.
Yeah, whether he likes it or not.
It doesn't have a marker.
Okay, we have turned around and American Towing and Welding. It's had a bunch of different businesses in there over the years. Alex Misiak is still operating that.
Yeah,
Right?
Alex is operating that. There's back to the town hall and the Chazy Library.
Yep, and next to it, the home of Dr. Middleton, which used to be the home of Julius Caesar Hubble back in the War of 1812. Where are we heading?
Wherever you want to go now, you want to take that and head toward the lake? Take this little end of the 348? Head toward the lake or what?
Well, I think we ought to do the Rata Road entirely, so we can do it now or later. It doesn't matter.
Take her right now.
All right.
There's Dr. Clark's office at his home. Been practicing here, I guess, for about 50 years.
Oh yes, at least.
At least
Can you see McQuinney and Sons, no longer in operation. And again, we got that sun right there.
It's going to be until we get to the end of the Rada Road.
I'm going to try to zoom in, see if that'll help any. That's another one of those roads that was chopped up.
Yeah, they said it's Dupree, the other end is Macadam now.
George is driving blind right now. Can't see anything. Knows this road by heart. He has his eyes closed.
There, well. Come on now.
Here's another of those,
Rada Road.
here's another of those intersections. Oh, you put a sign up finally. Stop sign the other way.
There is a stop there now.
Yeah.
I think there always was, though, but I don't know.
I don't think
There's nothing
so.
coming out.
Not that way.
No, there
way,
is none coming that way.
There is none coming that way.
That's Paul Carpenter. There's another brick. Paul
Another brick
Carpenter
house.
home.
See, that's where it's dangerous here. We're going straight. These people are coming around that
Yeah.
curve. It's just another. There's at least 4 of the such intersections in Chazy that scare me. But fortunately, most of the people in town are familiar with the roads.
Yeah, they.
So when an out-of-towner comes
Mishap
through,
once in a while, but. Used to be the Rada, which were the Rada farm here, which I don't know if the Rada road is. That was the Rada house. Mike Moon was there now. Fire chief, and I think possibly that's how this road got its name.
from the Raditz, huh? That'd be an obvious guess. The John Deere sitting out there. School bus ahead. Is that time of the day? Yeah, 2:38.
Coming on to Owen Harvey's trucking.
Yeah, I remember when Olin was working at Sheridan, driving truck part-time. Took the chance, quit Sheridan, and went full-time into the trucking, and done well for himself.
It has a lot of trucks on the road.
That I certainly remember visiting many times, the former Clarence Trombley home, now the Adams home. My uncle. Wife Anna passed away within the last year.
Yeah.
Again, the school bus is going to hold us up here, George.
I think so.
Do you think we have the authority to go by those red lights here, since this is official?
We'll wait till they're not blinking anymore and we're through the intersection and we'll take a chance. Most of the time, well, we're not. If they get, I know ours on 22. He's turning anyway, so he's going to get out of our way. They're very good about. They pull
let
over and
people
let the
through,
cars.
yeah.
Very good about it.
Yeah, most
Which
bus
is
drivers
safer
are.
for the kids, the
Well,
bus,
sure.
and the people.
You get an impatient driver and back in. And there are people that just drive right through.
Oh yeah,
Risking his kids' lives. Not much development on this side of the Rada
No,
Road.
this is all, and it's all owned pretty much by Drew Poultry now. All this land was owned by Drew Bolton. Right through the northway there.
Another one of those barns with a
Slate roof.
well, those little pointed things in the top.
It's got
there.
a name on 1887. It's got the date right in the slate roof.
Close to Stratton Hill.
Yes, we're getting close to there. We're right near where the Baker Road intersects.
We're getting close to the Northway pretty soon there. I called you today, George. You weren't sure if you could make it this afternoon. The town's in the middle of a project, which will be old news in the future, but
Yeah, we're
big news right now. Tell us about it.
Well, we're putting in a water system and a wastewater system, a sewer system. And right now we're developing our well system. This like when you called me this morning, we're running a test on our fourth well, which we hope the water is good. It'll be our final well. And these are 72-hour tests. Okay, we're turning around at the intersection of Stratton Hill Road and going back on the Rada Road.
So this will be the first public water and sewer in the town of
In the town,
Chazy.
yeah. This will serve the hamlet, just the hamlet of Chazy, not the whole town. And they've been talking about systems since the late 1950s. There's always been something that's happened that never went through. We started 3 years ago this December talking about it, getting a survey out. We're just about ready to put it out to bid right now. Hopefully, we hope this spring that it'll be under construction.
And along for completion, a year, 2 years?
It depends, like if they were a year late this year, they could still be under construction, in the winter.
Right.
So it depends a lot on, it may not be able to do it all in one season.
Just glancing down the Baker Road, there's certainly a lot of houses on that road now.
Yes, that used to be all vacant.
A lot of new construction down there. And the amazing thing is, if you check the population of our towns 100 years ago or whatever, it hasn't changed that much. A lot more houses, but fewer people in each house.
Yeah, smaller families.
And you don't, back years ago, you'd have a dozen kids, plus grandma and grandpa would be living in the same house.
Yeah.
You might have 3, 4 generations in the same house.
Yeah. Now there's 2 people.
Yeah.
3 is a big crowd.
Yeah. So the populations of our towns hasn't changed much, but the need for housing certainly has.
This is the old Known Farm. It was built up by Leon Atwood. He was famous for his Asher cabin.
Cemetery next to it.
Yes, that's the Slauson Cemetery. That is next to it.
P-loans. Are you available to drive people around if they call you, George?
Well, they had to set up appointments.
Call ahead, right?
I'm quite busy. And, it's best to call ahead, and for 3 or 4 weeks is better.
And you're available by the hour, I imagine?
Well, and we can, that's negotiable. Hey, you were lucky today, you got me right.
Yeah, I just lucked out. I want to get this done in December.
You called me before I had the excuse.
I want to get this done in December, and the only one that scares me is the last one I'm going to do is the 2 villages in Champlain and Rouse's Point. And we're doing that on the 29th, so if we get a snowstorm on the 29th,
yeah,
it's going to be tough to squeeze it in 1999.
This weather here is great for this.
Yeah. It's just something I feel is important that should be done. We have the capabilities to, this couldn't have been done 100 years ago.
No.
Photography was in its infancy still.
Yeah.
But we can do this, and I think it should be done. We're not going to show every little side road. We can't. People will have a good 2.5 hour view of what Chazy looked like. I think we'd all like to be able to go back 100 years and see what the town looked like at a different times
Like
and stuff.
in the historian group, we do have some pictures that go back a long ways. They're just a snapshot, And
Yeah.
they're interesting to look at. But it's just one spot at a
Yeah,
time.
right.
So we're seeing here the good share of the roadside in the town. There we go. Back over the Little Shady River again. We've crossed it quite a few times already, Kelvin. Between that and the railroad tracks.
Yeah, we crossed this more than a railroad, I think. 'Cause the railroad goes in a fairly straight line. The river doesn't.
Yeah.
It goes anywhere it wants. And we found that out more than once. Ed Brunel used to be an electrician in the area. We used to get him a lot.
Yeah, across the road it's a house now. He used to have a shop there.
Good brick house. Alright, we're back at
Route 9.
LST Miner. We're going to shut the camera off here momentarily, and we're going to head toward the lake. I see the sign isn't back up yet.
No,
Historical marker for the school, the old school.
we have it.
You have located it.
Yeah.
Somebody walked off with a sign as a historical marker pointing out the original school at this site, put up by William H. Miner back in 1916, I believe.
I believe it's 16, yeah.
It was one of the first, if not the first.
It was the first central school in the United States.
Yeah.
And that's what the marker
That's what
refers
the
to.
marker says, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably shoot both sides in case we go the other direction here.
Yeah, but there's another street there. You want to keep going down the
Yeah,
right?
we'll go right down there, yeah. There's another one of those tricky intersections here.
Yep.
Chazy intersection. I can shoot one side.
Hell's going up there.
Yeah, looks like a big one too.
Yeah, that's Tom Dasnall building that one. It's a new type of construction. It's like a styrofoam sides and a four spokes. So there's where our historian lives. There he is.
isn't it? We'll catch her on the way back here.
We'll have her Leon's out there now.
Leon's out there working. Ray keeps him working a lot. Crossing the Stetson Road. You may or may not have time to get to Stetson Road. We want to make sure to get Scioto. We have about an hour's worth of tape, maybe a little bit more left. So.
We'll do the Lake Shore.
Yeah, we'll make sure
the
we'll
Chazy
come
up North Farm Road. And that'll take you quite a lot of Chazy. This is Scioto, you got 6 miles. This little trees here, Chazy Orchard are planting. 50 years now we're going to put the apple on.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon, I imagine. Lake Shore, you want to try to get both sides? I can get you down one end and come up the other.
Whatever, yep.
We maybe be short on time if we try to do it twice. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, then there's nothing left here. We'll go down to Minkford Road. You haven't got nothing here until you get down to
Okay.
Just the apple trees.
Just the apple trees. Well, apple trees are nice.
Yeah. They've been here long.
Over there.
This is the Minkford Road. That'll bring us out down here.
At this point, shooting out my side window.
It's getting down a little bit.
Yeah.
It's working out. So it's going a little different direction. More eastward, I think.
Certainly call this Apple Tree Lane. Huh?
Yeah. This is the apple tree terminal. We've got time on all these sites here.
Yeah. Here's where the
Jamaicans don't take apples live.
apple pickers. You know, for the most part, nice old stone house.
Yeah.
1830. That must be the address, not the time, not the year it was built. People that come for picking, they come to work, and they're not. You know, a lot of times you get young people away from home, and they're out to have a good time. But these guys are sincere and looking to get money for their families, and you don't see them out at night causing any problems.
One for them, they want to get their apples.
That's right.
There's a cemetery here.
Trumpley.
Yeah.
The cemetery. You have to shoot out the front window because of that sun there. So.
It's just coming right down.
Yeah. Another brick home. You're gonna have to count them up for me and get back to me.
We'll try to get a good count.
We got the census coming up in the year 2000. Maybe we can count the brick homes.
Maybe I could read the census report again. So another little town road down here. It's a dead end of Eagle Acres. It brings you down to somebody doing some surveying down there. Brings you down along the lake.
This is
There's some sheep.
oh yeah, the Father Myers, right? So Father Myers has a sheep.
It's what?
Father Hal Myers has his sheep there. I think.
I don't know who owns it. I'm
pretty sure.
He could be. Boy, he's really hitting this information. Another stone house here.
Yeah.
Stone and brick.
You get those stone ones; those have got to be some of the originals.
Yeah, I think that 1830 is the date. Or
You think
not,
so?
It's not a street address.
I think so.
I don't think so, because I think you're. Well, I don't know. Wait a minute. 1200. No, 1200 is not that far this way. I don't think it's. Hey. Could be, but I doubt it. I don't think the numbers are that high up in that area. Maybe. Speed limit is 35.
We're going 36. That's
Well,
all right.
I think that's kilometers. Let's see.
It's by the end of Trombley Lane.
So that's all Drew Poultry owns most of this thing in here. Past the end of the Dunn Road here. Lakeshore Road is about, in the town of Chazy, about 8 miles long. Audie's Bay Marina here. Campsites. Yeah, this is a Bayshard Farm, Beanard area there. They have approximately new housing about 1,500. They raise young cattle for other farmers. They start them as calves till they're ready to fresh.
They're specialists.
Yeah. When they're all done, when the new building is in operation, there'll be about 1,500 cows.
Wow.
Now we're getting back to the Reynolds Road, which is the south end of the town of Chazy.
Yeah, which is up by Ingraham.
Look at the geese in the water
To get them in
there. Yeah.
the direction.
We'll turn around right here because there isn't a town is just up the street.
Slope Road, Reynolds Road.
Point of Rush. One way, Chazy Lane in the other.
Corn
That's
storage back there? What is that?
That's all geese in the field, ain't they?
Yeah, but what are those little...
That's corn. That's hay right there. The other one's corn storage back there. I don't think there's anything in it.
They look empty. There's some geese out there enjoying
The whole edge is full there towards the water. It's just full.
Benjamin Franklin. What's that all about?
Must have built something there. Never read that, sir.
Well, back up and we'll read it.
You want to go back and
I
read
want to
it?
go back and read it. Yeah, we're gonna do a turn here.
You want me to turn around?
All right, I'm gonna have to read it to you, folks. It says Samuel Chase and Charles Carroll of Carrollton paused near here April 26 en route to Montreal as delegates of Congress. Ben Franklin was one of them. Ben Franklin, Sam Chase, and Charles Carroll paused near here. Yeah.
Isn't that something?
We got some a big pile of geese out here. Looks like a iceberg.
Yeah.
This is amazing out here. These are geese, snow geese.
With the
Look at 'em
sun
up there.
reflecting on them just perfect, huh?
Yeah, that's something. Out in the middle of the lake here, enjoying the sun by Monty's Bay. Outside of Lake Alice, you probably wouldn't see too many shots like that.
A whole bunch of them at the lake.
And kind of like they're in a square too.
Yeah, they're in formation.
Yeah, they got their boundaries there. I don't know if they're fishing or what they're doing. Very unique sight here, and a very blue lake today. Lake is a nice color today.
Yeah, you can see where this is Vermont right across there like that.
Of course, the Vermonters are lucky; they get to see New York State.
You think they got the advantage?
I think so. You're driving down Route 7 there to Radisson County. You look over to New York State. It's a nice sight. Gilbert
Brook Marina.
Marina.
And it's all owned by the Bisharp family. Which is Monty State campsite on this side. It's all owned by one family. I used to be Ben Feinberg's.
Benedict Arnold had a marker there. Chazy's full of historical markers.
Yeah. Down we get to the landing, there's a sack up by the sack shelf, and we'll maybe get a shot of that.
As you can see, we have land around us. We're in a little bay here.
Yep.
Miles an hour. It's a record to be straight.
Just like that sign indicates. There's a couple of ones right here.
Just little cottages, huh?
Well, those are, yeah, they're medium size. This is the old Oliver Cookie Barn.
Yeah, I used to drive down here to my Uncle Clarence's camp. They'd always have Oliver tractors there.
Yeah.
Even though it's an Oliver farm, it was...
We caught up with the school bus again.
Hey, we're in luck. And the youngster just got dropped off, and he's anxious to run away from Mom there.
Yeah, Mr. Swan. Oh, he lost something on the other side of the road.
Oh, that's what it was.
This bus is going to let us
Look at that.
by.
There's a nice bus driver.
Yeah.
Our thanks to Bus 68.
So they're the Rebel sheep? I don't know anything about that.
I believe that,
source.
I know Hal and Mamie did have sheep here before that farm, so I assume that they still do. There's still sheep there, and I assume it's theirs. Eagle Acres.
Eagle Acres, that's a dead end road, little town road down through
Muskrat Cove, Bartlett Drive.
there. They're all private drives. Had to be named there after.
Yeah.
For 911. Oh, here's one here. Right here.
Another one, yeah, the Jean Laframboise.
First settled King County over here. The real Sachs one here is one that will you can get a shot of it.
Yeah.
The old Sachs house is down there. Now this one here is on the cemetery here, I believe.
I believe Marie Gannett has a picture of all these in a booklet. All these historical markers. If they're worth putting up, there should be a.
She has a picture of all of them there,
Yeah.
with a map there also.
There should be a map available for tourists to just drive around and take advantage of there's a lot of history in our area. I'm in the middle right now of a book that I bought this summer on the Fenian raids that took place after the Civil War, where Irish Americans were attacking Canada right through our neck of the woods here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Going through Rouse's Point, Malone, Potsdam, going into Ormstown, Hemmingford, and so on. It's a very important and interesting part of our history, but we don't hear much of it on this side. The Canadians are more aware of it than we are because they were the ones being attacked.
Back in the apple trees again.
Apple trees to our left, lake to our right. Cottonwood Lane. Now the homes down at this end, I remember a few years back had some flooding back when the lake was up high. Some of these homes through here had it rough.
Now we're getting to Chazy Landing.
Sachs's Landing, huh?
Let's slow down and you can get a shot of it.
Certainly,
That's the Sachs house, 1822.
yeah, this is kind of where
It all started here.
Chazy began, right here. Matthew Sachs erected the first steamboat wharf between Whitehall and wherever.
Boy, Diesel's got a truck there.
Yeah, that's a nice new truck that Diesel's Ready Mix has.
That's an all-purpose thing, you can anything on it.
Yeah,
There's a sweet homestead right there. They run I think a ferry and that.
a lot of nice homes through here.
Very nice.
And I'm sure Dick Lewis likes it every time another one comes up, right?
Yeah. Make sure they build nice. Well, our zoning in this area is quite strict. It's about the strictest in the town.
You've got some nice homes, and you want to keep the neighborhood like it is, right?
Take that back to Chazy, I believe. Well, if you want to get a few more shots.
Yeah.
What do you got for time?
Well, we've got, I'm just guessing here, an hour 15, we've got 35 and since I switched batteries, so
45 minutes.
we've got another 45 minutes. We can, or actually another 45 minutes or so. Lakeshore
Got
Road.
some spots to cover here. We're getting towards the Champlain line down there.
Yeah,
Separate
yeah.
Point Drive.
Yeah, and here's
The Harold Castine farm here, one of the bigger farms in the town.
yeah.
Looks like it was muddy around here.
farmland through here. It's a nice stretch. Most of the Stetson Road with the population's in Champlain, right? A little bit down there, but
okay, that's the silos. That's the last.
yeah.
That's Paul Lorraine. Then you're in Champlain.
Right. So with the time constraint we're on right here, I think we'll just give a far view of the have down that road.
That's all you can see.
Yeah. We can't cover every little nook and cranny.
The old cemetery.
Stop sign coming up
Four-way
there.
Stop here. Stetson Road. Northbound Road.
And this didn't used to be a stop for us, and this going in our direction here, but they can get a four-way stop. I think it's a lot safer. Yeah, a lot of Dutch Rovers farmland here.
Yeah, that's Dutch farm there. That's maybe the biggest farm operation, part of dairy in the town. Number of cows.
And there's probably not a better run operation in the county.
Yeah, yes. Everything is done right on time, never behind time.
And
well done.
And thought out. Everything,
Yeah.
Dutch has had good success, but because he knows what he's doing, he's willing to put in the work to get it done.
There's one of our recreation parks, Town Rec Park.
Certainly a gathering place in the summer months for a lot of people. Cemetery to our right here. So we head right into the sun there. George Brennan would be upset if I didn't take a shot at his house.
A lot of stop to walk around it.
Huh?
Beautiful. He's got some beautiful backyards.
Oh yeah.
Does a nice job. So we're coming to Church Street, right behind the fire station, and we'll go around Church Street.
Church Street? How can you have a Church Street here? You have Church Street in the fire station. We have Church Street in West Chazy. We got
That's West Church. It's a different area code and
different
it's
fire
everything
department.
different. Yeah, fire department. But this is a church. Yeah. So it's different. The whole thing is.
Yeah, once you get to a different fire department, you can have the same. Repeat the names.
Yeah. So here we're getting to Hall Street at that Sacred Heart Church. Why don't we make the block? And we can catch it. It's just short across there anyway, so we'll make the block.
Okay.
This is a rectory.
And this your sewer system treatment plant, or what's going to something come your water plant? What's
no, nothing there. It's going to be in a cemetery.
It's going to be in a cemetery.
Should we just drive around in there and just shoot across the field? Say that's the future site, or I don't know if you want to kill time doing that.
Well, let's show like it was before it happened here. Sure.
They won't see the plant that much. Ooh, we don't want to run over Bob.
No, we don't want Bob.
Take that to the local pharmacy. Bob look here.
Saying, what are they doing?
Wait, Bob, you're on TV.
Now part of history. Okay, we're going back by the school.
Yep, and
you're going to show us where the plant's going to be here?
Yeah, I can take it back down there. Let me see now. I don't want to backtrack you too much because we've done this street.
Right.
We've come out here, haven't we?
Well, yeah, we came down the street.
Yeah, we came down the street.
I'll just show it.
There's nothing there.
The phone company's right here.
Chazy Westport Telephone Company. And there's a church hall.
made the loop.
Because that pine tree's right at the edge there. And
through the magic of television, we've gone back to the Chazy Rec Park. We're looking in a easterly direction, I'd say, predominantly east. And this is where, what's going to be back here, George?
that's going to be the wastewater treatment plant for the hamlet of Chazy, which should be under construction in another year.
Alright, this is what it looks like before it happens, so this is a place we know is going to change dramatically in the next couple of years. Alright.
It's all behind us.
Alright, once again through the magic of television, we are back. And we're going to be heading into the sun here. I feel like a cowboy, George, riding into the sunset.
Yes, we are right now. It is sunset.
And the sun's getting real low here. And I'm not sure. We'll tape a little bit here, but we might just end up not taping and just shoot it on the way back if it remains this bad.
You just got, well, this is all vacant area.
Yeah.
Here.
I'll give it to as far as minor college, and I'll make up my mind what we're going to do. But we might end up just shooting it all on the way back and put up with. We'll see how the sun lies after we go by a few curves there. After we go by the minor farm, there's another curve there, and might luck out. Over the Adirondack Northway. Looks like you got a lot of sand on hand.
Yeah, we're ready for the winter.
I hope that pile is almost as big in the spring as it is right now.
We do too. It's been holding up pretty good so far.
Every time I hear those weather people on Channel 5 hoping for snow, I want to throw a shoe.
We could pick this up.
We got to do Washington Avenue on our way back.
Yeah, we could pick that up. And if you want to now pick up Harris and keep going, or pick it up on our way back.
Well, we do Harris while we're here, so we don't forget to do Harris. So we can lower my miners here. Another 30 to 40 minutes of tape we can put on here, so
Just going to be here 50 years from now?
I think it's all going to be here.
Yeah, I think so.
It's nice that Miners was able to hook up with Plattsburgh State and keep this campus going.
There isn't anything else left here, so why don't we just, I think you can stamp this if we just move in.
Yeah.
Driving in is not a good idea, I guess.
No, they don't want to.
We could go by it here.
Yeah, we'll just drive by. We'll just drive right through the farm.
Yeah.
Pull out the other end. Here's a research division of Wyeth Harris. Premarin started here, and it's certainly grown up within the last 3-4 years. It's major construction here. This little part back here was probably most of the original building. They started working with miners with some of their horses, and then just kept expanding and developing. And now here's some of the barn area for the miners, miner farm. We're going to run right through their property here. Don't tell Charlie Sniffen we're doing this.
We won't tell
Just
them.
drive right through and we'll pull out by the house. Just
This is some of the old buildings and original buildings of the farm.
it certainly would have been nice to have come through here in the 1920s and 30s and visually recorded what was here at that time. If you look at their old drawings and paintings and stuff, and there's certainly a lot of buildings here. like
This
one.
is the office. We got company.
Shooting out toward the college. And so we don't forget, I want to make sure to point out the old schoolhouse that you see up there. One room schoolhouse that Mr. Miner went to when he was living in Chazy before he went off to Chicago to make his fortune. And then came back. One of his cottages across the road.
It's a shadow one, I believe.
Yeah.
There's some of the horses.
Horses, I would guess that probably the people who work here at Miners don't miss them, but I think the rest of us do. The buffalo.
Buffalo, that's watering hole right down here.
Yeah, but I guess they got a lot of inbreeding and they were getting kind of mean.
Well, I guess they were scared for the employees to get hurt.
Yeah.
But they used to, I remember we used to stop here with children and show them there. And that was their,
Yeah. Well,
you'd see them there all the time.
Yeah. That was certainly something to bring the kids to show. Buffalo here at Miners. The decision was made to get rid of them, and it has to be a business decision and a safety decision. Heading west, and so far we're keeping that sun to.
We're just heading west in the right direction.
Yeah.
It's not.
And how many curves we got up ahead? We might luck out here.
But I think we're still going west pretty good. We still got gas, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, burned all my gas yet. So I didn't tell you that you have to fill up the tank when you're done. That's part of the agreement.
I think the highway department's closed.
Uh-oh. That where you fill up?
No.
The camera's running here, George. Official name for this, the Miner Farm Road?
Yeah. It's also, well, it was County Route 191, or the county named it, but now it's official Miner Farm Road. It always carried both names anyway. Now they've eliminated 191.
Is there still a stretch called 191, or is it all different names? Because 191 went to the lake too, right?
It's it's Miner Farm from the lake to Devil's Den Road in Alton.
And once you get to, you're telling me that even going into Altona, it's still called Miner Farm Road?
Yeah.
Huh.
Not everybody's happy with it.
To our right.
Lincoln Road.
We may or may not get a chance to go down I'm hoping we'll have time to go down the La Forest Road and swing around by the Angel Belt.
I guess a shot we need to get is Lake Alice.
Yes, we should definitely.
But it's not hard to pick up on the way down. The way back, you just half a mile over there, we got it.
Yeah, we ought to swing by Lake Alice. Might even see some more snow geese.
Yeah, that's the reason why we see the geese is Lake Alice.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, this is originally
original Scioto.
Scioto, Hamlet Scioto. Actually, was down here.
factory here. I can't remember what kind of a factory it was, but there was a little factory.
Railroad track used to go through down there. Railroad used to go from West Chazy to Moores instead of West Chazy to Chazy.
Well, actually, I think originally Moore's Forks was a big junction. It was Centreville or something they called it.
Oh yeah.
And Moore's was Moore's Junction, and then there was a diamond, I believe, in Moore's where the two railroads crossed.
Okay, you want to go north of the line, come back, we'll go up there, come back there, and back down 191.
You're the tour guide.
Okay, we'll go north here.
Okay, go down by the Bosley
back on
Farm.
Route 22.
Yeah, heading toward Moore's. The Blair Road is in Moore's, right?
It's town line. One side is Chazy, the other side is Moore's.
Now this is Northeastern Clinton School District. Up where you are in West Chazy, it's Beekmantown School District.
Then we have Chazy School District and Adirondack School District.
And Northern Adirondack.
It's a little bit up here in Northern Adirondack. So we'll turn around the Blair Road and catch 22 on the way back. Back in Chazy.
Ah. The air is a lot cleaner once we get back in Chazy, right?
Yeah.
Well, we won't tell Jack Dragoon who said that, though.
McDonald's sawmill.
Okay, McDonald's, that's where they make their french fries at that sawmill?
Well, he makes out lumber anyway. I don't know what else. They're more noted for the lumber.
They're not part of the...
They're not. They're
the Big Mac family?
They're a different corporation, I think. Dick's check out here. Next one here, D&D Meats. Adrian Dutil and his wife run this one.
Adrian and Sharon.
Now we're going to take Minor Farm Road again. Going on to the Gagnon Road to the Town of Chazy Rec Park.
Okay, this used to be Fox Hill or something, or what happened to it? It wasn't always the Gagnon Road.
They used to call it Dragoon Road too.
Dragoon
It's a
Road.
Weldon, but it's Gagnon because the other road is Dragoon.
Oh, okay. And this is the third recreation area for Chazy.
We'll turn around here because the town line is at the end of the rec park. Can't go no farther.
Okay.
Then we'd be in Altona.
No, we don't want to. We don't want to go to Altona.
We'll let Kenny do that.
Yeah.
But this is a little community building that we vote in.
Oh, this is a dead end road, isn't it?
Dead end road, yeah.
Who plows the end of it?
We plow this one all the way.
Altona pays you to...
No, it's a swap thing.
You
Like,
swap.
You know, as you do a lot of places. We're here anyway, so why not go through
Oh, yeah.
them?
It wouldn't make much sense.
It's easier than try to turn the plow around. and the same thing.
So you got little spots that they cover for you, and
you know exactly quit all the time.
yeah, you don't worry about.
It's just like the Blair Road. Whoever's first will take it. If Moore's gets in there, they'll take it. And if we're not, you know, we take it. And it's
Okay, we're not heading that way because it's almost in Altona. Is that the idea?
yeah, right there. It's almost Altona.
Okay.
We could have went and caught it.
Yeah. One of the things for people to look at when they're coming up with the top of that knoll we just came down is they got a nice view of the Ridgeview Farm there since the ice storm. They can actually,
over on that knoll?
Yeah, you can come over the top of there. You can see the Ridgeview Farm sitting out there. It's a nice shot.
Now we're going south. That's 22. Scioto. There's St. Louis de France Church here.
Ancestors are buried there in the cemetery. Will we be coming back this way, George?
Yeah, I'm just going to take in a little bit.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing the other side of the road.
But what have we got? I could take this road, but it doesn't matter too much.
Corbeau Creek ain't much of a creek up at this end, but
No,
sure
not much.
gets bigger by the time it gets to.
We'll go a ways on 22 and come back.
Okay.
We could maybe maybe take a, depending on what. I think we got to get Lake Alice.
Yeah, we want to get Lake Alice.
Yeah, we want to save time for that.
And get a little shot of Washington Avenue.
Yeah.
We want to hit all those places where there's a bunch of boulders, George.
Yeah. All the boulders.
Yeah. So maybe I ought to take the blame for all the streets we missed rather than you, because
well, you're the one that's got the time.
Yeah.
I'm just driving.
That's right. So it's my fault. No, we can't squeeze everybody in. This is just a...
We'll turn somewhere here. Go back to Scioto.
Well, let's go up. We haven't gone by the old Joubert farm. Let's go up as far as the Eichler Road.
Okay, we can.
We haven't been that far on this road yet, right?
No, we came the other way to Clark Street.
Yeah.
But almost there, yeah.
Let's do that. I'll take full responsibility, George. If I got to put Lake Alice on a separate tape, we'll do that. Right now we're about 2 hours and 15 minutes into this. And,
we got how much?
2 hours and 15 minutes, so we can go another 25 if we have to.
I think we can maybe...
so we're going to come close.
We're going to be very close. Yeah, very close. Yeah, we'll use the Eichler Road turn around.
Okay.
Then we get the Joubert place in that. Mad Dog. What is he to you? He's got to be related. The Castaways are related, aren't they?
Well, they all treated the Tomcats many years ago. Let's see here. Probably got to go back here. It's about a fifth cousin, but I'll try to do the math on it here. My great-grandfather and his great-great-grandfather, I think, is how it goes. My brothers. Ed Castine and old Pete Castine. So, Ed was the father of Robert. Robert was the father of Carl, and I'm his son. Old Pete Castine was Ed's brother. Pete was the father of Pete. Pete was the father of Richard. Richard was the father of Richard. So that's how it comes down.
There.
Yeah. Well, this is the Eichler Road. This was an
old Route
22.
Yeah. Virgil's farm. They took Virgil in the other day. I don't know how he was having her.
This was the Joubert farm here. Back toward Morris. Well, the sun's disappeared on us.
Well, I think we got it behind the woods on that side.
Yeah, it's getting low. It's getting late in the day here. It's 3:42.
Well, you know, you're going to get to where dark is going to bother you a little bit too, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah. It's,
But you can't zoom through it that much, can you?
no. We're in a situation here where
We're meeting another school bus.
today's the 9th. It's close to the shortest days of the year right now.
Yes.
I think our sunsets have just about reached their earliest point right now. Oh, we're going to have to stop for the school bus. They got a lot of stops up here. This kid will be part of history right here. We're going to show this kid getting off a school bus. There we go. 100 years from now, they'll say, who was the kid that got off the school bus on that tape? And we're not going to tell them.
He was at one time my brother-in-law. Said that's when his wife died. He was married to my wife's sister.
So it's a relative.
In Alec McAdam. And that while he's remarried, and that's their old girl. I think it's a girl. He was married to my wife's sister. She died of cancer.
Okay.
Oh, 70 years ago. It'd be surprising to see it 50 years from now how much wood's going to be left here.
Yeah.
You've shot quite a lot of wood down through there, but you know it's 22 here, really good.
Yeah, a lot of
Building
houses.
up, so it would be quite a comparison.
Yep. Well, we have no way of knowing at this point what this is going to look like in the future.
No, there was nothing around here. No, they had this Lowe's place here and a Musso place here, and there was an old house over there. And there was nothing here like this.
No,
You know, when I was young, there was nothing here.
Well, went back 50 years, it'd certainly be a different picture. Well, we can't do that, but we're going to do this.
Yeah, there was. There used to be a house right in here, and a barn, and Pete Jeanette used to live there. Then there was this house, the one up here on the hill, and you know, there's. Say, I could leave home and come through here and know almost every family.
Uh-huh.
Now I can remember the family, but I don't know who they are that live there. Yeah, we're
Back in Sayoti. One of the Tri-Cities.
Yes.
Now where are we heading?
Well, we're gonna maybe go back on a minor farm road.
Okay.
There's a dragoon cemetery there. You just went by.
Okay.
And maybe if you want to take La Forest Road and catch those on your way down back to Chazy, and
Yep, we'll swing by the forest through the Angelville. Another marker, Ober's Corners.
Ober's Corner. That was Scioto was down there, and Ober's Corner was here. Right, Chazy was Lawrence's Corner.
See a good place to pull over. We're going to pull over and switch our battery here, George.
Well, it's not a problem almost anywhere. It's here. Car behind us, but it's not a high volume road. You're the one getting up to ditch here.
Alright.
Get right here, yellow more shoulder.
Okay, we're going to switch our battery.
Let the car go by.
Come right back. Alright. The battery's been changed. We are back on the road. We're going to turn up here to La Forest Road. Just past the old original demo there. In order to get to the Angelville Road, we're going to have to sneak into Moore's.
Don't shut your camera off.
I'll probably keep the camera running because I may not get that portion of Moore's when I do Moore's. So
you you'll have it already for us.
So, all right, it'll be overlapped on the Chazy tape. And you see more and more headlights on. It's getting darker all the time. So. Now this is, was the George Dupre Road before?
Yes, yeah. So because of other Dupre roads in the town, we had to change it, and it worked out good with Moore's, because it continues on to Moore's. So. And there's been a LaForest family on this road for quite a bit, so.
Certainly the LaForest family is associated with this road, so it's a good choice.
And it fit in with Moore's all right, but they didn't have a problem having LaForest road.
You don't have to get into any names, but were there any roads where you had big disputes over people wanting
well, we did have one.
Tell me that off camera here.
You off or on camera?
We're on camera, so you got to tell me off camera.
Okay, I'll tell you that on. Remind me, I'll tell you.
Okay. Yes, in fact, I know I've already done more, so yeah, we didn't get this section more, so.
We're giving Moore's a little time.
Yeah, we'll give Moore's a little time on the Chazy tape. We're going by, we're in Moore's right now. KA's junkyard, or are they called junkyards now? What's the politically correct way of saying it?
I don't really know what you call them.
I call them a junkyard.
We'll stick to it. See what they call it. That's it. I think everybody knows you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hit the Angel.
getting on the Angelville.
Still in the town of Moore's, still.
Yeah, we're still in Morris. But Angelville's a county road, I guess.
Yeah.
The county redid it last summer.
Yeah, I think they got moved it.
But up ahead here, by where Leo Neverett lived, it's kind of where the three towns converge: Champlain, Chazy, and Moore's. Just about in this area.
Very close.
Yeah.
Our line is down that way, but again, as far as road maintenance and that, it's a town line.
Yeah. So Moore's would plow this, Champlain would plow to our left, and Chazy plows to our right.
So we're all doing a little bit of each other's work here, but it's at the convenience of everybody.
Yeah. Common sense rules, right? Late in the day here.
Yep.
Sun is setting.
Getting ready to get back in Chazy.
There we go, back in Chazy now. Brunel Homes through here.
Yeah. So one of the boys lives there and one lives over there. Anybody living here now?
I don't know.
Well, one of the boys are one is out this week.
Let's see, we're going by the Bolina Road.
The Arena Road.
those of you just joining us here, have been with us for a while and are wondering what the heck is going on, this is Calvin Castine on the camera and George Deno on the steering wheel. He's the town supervisor for the town of Chazy. He's been the town supervisor for the past 10 years. And he very graciously agreed to be our tour guide today as we look at the town of Chazy at the end of the decade of the 1990s, the end of the 1900s, the 20th century, and the beginning, actually the end of the second millennium as we get ready for the third millennium. So just a very appropriate time to be taking a look at the township. And this is one of the several that we're going to be doing. We've already, at this point, done Moores with John Southwick at the wheel, Frank Goodrich and Earl Guerin in the back seat, filling us in on some of the history of the area. Yesterday, as we're taping this, we did the town of Champlain with John Southwick again at the wheel, and Gerald Mayo, longtime mail delivery man and former town supervisor, acting as our tour guide. I've got another one set up for tomorrow as we're taping this with the highway superintendent Ken Perrier in Altona. And we've got the two villages in our Channel 24 viewing area, the village of Champlain and village of Rouse's Point that we're going to be doing, and also the town of Ellenburg. So I'm calling it 6 days in December, and this is one of them. And George, I can't thank you enough for agreeing to do this, especially on such short notice.
This is a pleasure to be able to get around with you, Calvin, and show you some of the things in town. Sure, we missed some. We didn't have time for everything, but we got a few of the highlights that we'd like everybody to remember as they are now.
Yep, we apologize to all the little streets and side roads we didn't get down, but there is a time factor involved here. We're going to take a little side route right now, and we'll go by the minor one-room schoolhouse and take a look at Lake Alice. And maybe we'll go, we've got a few minutes worth of tape, maybe we'll go look at where that hockey rink is going in too, George.
If you want to go down there, yeah.
Yeah, I think we should.
It's going to take us a few minutes, but
yeah, that's all right.
It's only
a mile down that road, so
yeah.
There's a schoolhouse that William H. Minor went to as a child. Hopefully, when you're watching this in the future, 50, 100, 200 years from now, it's still standing. But certainly, the Minor farm has made a lot of.
These are fields that Minor does research with different crops for Cornell University.
Yep, always experimenting and tied in with Cornell. As I was saying, the Minor farm certainly made a lot of changes in the past 50 years. Mr. Minor died shortly before you were born, I think 30, 31, right?
Yes, I don't know exactly year, but young man also.
Well, he's relatively young. I think he was 60 or 61 years old.
Well, I call
certainly
that,
not an old man, but
I call that young.
Yeah, by today's standards, it's young. You know, in the 1930s, you know, at the turn of the century, in the 1900s, the life expectancy was 47 years old. So, at the time, he was not maybe considered a young man in the 1930s, but I think by today's standards, he certainly would be.
This is Lake Alice. It's something that Minor built, and then he state bought it quite a few years back, but this was all done by Miners here.
And
this is why we see all the geese around this area.
Yeah, it's a game preserve. It's named after his wife, Alice T. Minor. Trainer, I think it was. Alice Trainer Minor.
I think so. I think you're right.
And
we'll turn around here.
So turn around, but
if you want to go down to the hockey rink,
yep.
Pick that up.
Make a turn around here as anytime George wants. Alright, we've made our turn and we're heading back.
Now this was one of the houses Miner had built for a family that worked for him. It's been moved. That's not the original site, but the house is very similar to what it was.
Well, the back in Miner's era, company homes were a part of life.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Well, he had a lot of also work camps all over for people who worked for him, and they had camps set up all over. Nice camps.
The sign there says Scots, plural, Memorial Rink. That's named for two Scots, children of people involved with the hockey program who died. Scott House and Scott Walter died in separate accidents. And people in the hockey program have received donations in their memory, and they've named the rink in memory of those two youngsters. To our right is part of the Lake Alice Game Management Preserve. To our left, we're now on property owned by Woodmen of the World. Let's go down, just take a shot of the Woodman Lodge. Go past the bridge there. Just take a shot of the Woodman Lodge. The Woodman donated the site to the youth hockey for the youth hockey program. We'll just take a quick shot of the Woodman of the World Lodge here.
Yeah, we'll turn around right here and shoot the whole area, right?
All right, just I wouldn't drive through there though.
No, I just won't turn around.
Might have trouble getting over that log. Boy, he's awfully rough on my car here.
You won't let me drive you again.
No, this is the last time I'll ask you to drive, George. So there's the W. Perry Loftus Woodman of the World Lodge 462, and we'll drive up and take a glance at the rink, which is in its early stages. They've got grandiose plans for that rink, but it's a pretty nice facility as it is. And even though they had tragedy last year with a fire during I think it was January, wasn't it? Oops. Yep. So it's back there.
You want to go in or just can you pick it up?
Let's go in. Okay, we're not going to get out of the car to show the inside of the rink, but there's the facility, and and that's what the hockey rink looks like in 1999. What it looks like in the future, you know, and we don't. All right, we are back on the road, back on the Ridge Road. At the end of our tape, we're going to go down probably just Washington Avenue left, George, you'd say?
That's about what we'd like to take it around this.
Yeah, we've got about 5-6 minutes left on this tape, so just about fill it up. And,
there'll never be many houses here, that's all.
No.
Unless they bring a lot of, that's Miner property. I don't know.
No, it's Woodman property right there. Woodman
That's Woodman right there?
Yeah, owns up to...
Well, you come up at the road
right up to here.
Yeah,
This
that's
little
right.
corner lot is owned by Warren Friend, and this Miner property right about here, right here where the signs are. Yeah, that was an old gravel pit. That was part of the Flatbark farm at one time. Flatbark, a lawyer out of New York City.
Well, that was all used when they built the nursery. All that gravel, huh?
It's a gravel. Yeah, it was
Well,
a
it's
farm.
like where a highway garage, that was good there.
Yeah.
That was used, you know.
Yeah. And Mr. Flat.
Miners let us use it afterwards for a highway garage. We don't. We have we kind of a nice leaf on it, but we don't. They never sold it to us.
Oh, I see.
And it was one of these deals. If it reverts back to we don't use it, it goes back to mine.
So they got no intention of not using it.
They don't sell to buy. We were lucky. We bought 39 acres up in here where it was set.
Wow.
And it was one of these on again, off again.
Yeah.
But we finally came through.
Yeah, they don't sell much property.
No, they don't, because then everybody's gonna be after us.
Right.
And I guess they finally said, well, you know, we can't go against the town.
Yeah. Washington Avenue.
Washington Avenue.
Known for many years as Monkey Street.
Yes. Lattimore's Insurance.
Latrimore, yeah, full house here, and they got their Christmas lights up. It's almost dark enough to appreciate them, but they do a nice job of Christmas decorations here. And I'm noticing last night, way up the road there by the Northway, had a nice decorations too.
We're having a decorating contest in the town this year.
Are you?
NYSEC is sponsoring that.
Yeah, I see.
All in a way.
I know in Maltona they have one, so I guess they must be doing it in every town, probably.
They give $200 credit for first prize. Then we picked up 3 other prizes by people in the community or businesses. And we got 100, a 50, and a 20 prize.
They'll make money on it because
well, that's
that $200 credit.
Yeah.
If they get 50 people to put up more lights,
advertise what you're selling. So this is a railroad track. You want to go to the end of the road? Turn around. We got to turn around somewhere.
We got to turn around somewhere, so let's turn around.
This is the last set of crossing lights in the town of Chazy. They've been in for a couple of years.
Okay.
There was nothing there neither. Bad crossing.
Alright, now we're coming to a T up here. And this is Macadam Road. Bugby Road.
Bugby Road
this
here.
little section.
Because this is in between the railroad and the Northway, so it has to be the Bugby Road.
It was, well, actually the road where the Woodman was on was called Bugby Road at one time. Dupree and Bugby Road. So now this part here was the Dupree Road, but it's a little island unto itself. It's cut off at both ends, so the other road where the Woodman Lodge was and the hockey rink was is now Macadam Road, formerly Dupree Road. We've seen the other end of the Dupree Road before, so
it all they all go back. But you know, we did this a lot because of 911. We had and we changed a lot of the names of the roads, but they go very far. We first usually asked. They came pretty good. This is a rough crossing.
well, this will wrap up Washington Avenue. And certainly with the homes the Latrimore boys have built, it's changed a little bit in the last 10 years or so. Other homes besides that have moved into here too. And we keep the camera running. We're probably going to run out of tape here, George. So again, I want to thank you for doing this.
I enjoyed it, Kevin. It's nice that you do this.
Yeah, it's something I feel has to be done, and if I don't do it, it isn't going to be done. So
I think we're very lucky here in the northern towns here that we have hometown cable.
I wish more people felt that way with their pocketbook, but sooner or later they'll catch on. It's a community channel, and community should support it. Thankfully, a few faithful people do. Tisdale's piano shop.
Well, we got good news, Calvin. You still got enough gas to get on.
I haven't got far to go tonight for taping ball games, so I'm all set. going to close our tape right here. I think we've already shown Riley Ford and so on. So as we pull back onto Route 9, we're going to wrap up this tape. I'd say probably at least 2 hours and 40 minutes long.